'cause now they're on their knees. Stop the blame game, we stay scheming. In my drop top, they start believing. Let me drive a little crazy. Let me drive a little crazy. Let me drive a little crazy. Drive a little crazy. Crazy. Across a crowd.
I'm hoping that you understand. You ain't the man to tell you in demand. Just pray to God we keep you in the plan. You ain't the man to tell you when it's dark, but I've been on a mission since the day we brought up. Every time we dropping and we know they thought of ways to bring me down, but when they hear don't hear a sound, guess that's the way you gotta act when up and realize been around. Used to be on my own now. I got a team of my own now. I don't know where to go now, but I know where I've been. So what you trying to do? I see you coming for the squad and boy you bound to lose. Just realize that while you coming for him, that there's enough for all of us and everybody could win. But you keep spending all the energy on things that don't apply to you. I keep doing things that you would more than probably die to do. I keep doing things that teachers told you not to try in school, and you keep saying that it's cool, but someone must have lied to you. Cause about time that we feel this moment, about time maybe you deserve it. We just really trying to flex on them. Keep the checks coming, let them know we next up. About time that we feel this moment. About time, baby, you deserve it. Put the work in it, everything will work out. It's a life that we always talk about. I'm hoping that you understand. You ain't the man to tell you in demand. Just pray to God we keep you in the plans. You ain't the man to tell you in it. What they want from me, I can see it in their eyes. Ain't no commodity, but all they see is dollar sign. Buying stock in me, watch that money multiply. No one's stopping me from making all this come alive. You gotta be around it, I'm out here writing it while you just read about it. Used to call me and show up, but now they call me to show up. Hoping we let them touch along and be a part of the glow up. So hold up, I see you stunting, so what? You never get your dough up until you in demand, you just a no one. And while they stay in their lane, they always saying you've changed, but I ain't working this hard just to be staying the same. Still I got friends who've been around since the days in the basement. I got friends who settled down, no they're more like an acquaintance. I got friends in the league, man, I got friends who've been up, man. I got friends who gon' be famous, I'm just trying to keep up. That's why I'm singing about time that we feel this moment. the checks coming, let them know we next time. Hoping that you understand, you ain't the man to tell you in demand. Just pray to God we keep you in the plan. You ain't the man to tell you when it.
A slap to your side, a push on my foolish pride. I'm out of my mind, I'm down from the endless high. Don't know who's losing, who's bruising, who's choosing to stick it through. So we fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. Burn with your lies. You bleed with the tears that cry. Don't know who's losing, who's bruising, who's choosing to stick it through. So we fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. The more we sin, the more we win. The more we wish we kept the quiet. The less we try, the less we say. But still we fight. We fight with fire. We fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. So we fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. We fight with fire. Fire. Still on a wire.
Why can't you stay with me? I just like to hold on to all the memories. It doesn't hurt me anymore. I want you. Don't want you to leave. You stay with me. I want you. Don't want you to leave. You stay with me. I want you. You. Oh, I want you. I want you. You have to know I want you. One look. One look. But you say it's too late, you got inside my head, my head.
Good morning! Oh my gosh, it is so good to be back. I have missed every single one of you. I am so sorry it has taken me this long to get back in front of this camera. Oh, Lord, there has just been so much going on lately. How is everyone doing? Oh gosh, I can't even tell you how excited I am. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, because there's been a bunch of new subscribers here lately, my name is Danny, and I am so not an expert. On this channel, we do a lot of quilting and sewing projects, and I am so glad that you guys are all here. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you say hi and chat, because I would love to talk with you today. Oh gosh, so today we're going to be working on our mix and match quilt. This is part 5 of this quilt. We are in the thick of it for sure. Here's what the quilt block actually looks like. It is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm loving these bright, beautiful colors. And now with these exclusive projects, I only work on them on these live streams. I don't work on them anywhere else. Only here with you guys. So if this is something you guys want to join in on, you're more than welcome to join in. At any point in time, I try and post links to the patterns if I can in the chat, so make sure you check there. Oh boy, the chat is just blowing up for a second. I can see it over there. I promise I'll get to each and every one of you in just a couple minutes. Couple of quick things to say. First, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so ladies, if you haven't planned those mammograms already, please do so. That 10 minutes may just save your life. So today I'm spouting my pink, and I'm going to try and do that for every video within the month of October as much as I can to support those. I've got mine scheduled. I'm going in December. When are you guys going? Let me know in chat. All right, so why have I not been on this channel in almost a month? Well, you guys know that the last time we met, my girls were coming home for a quick weekend, the weekend after our last chat. So they came home. Everything went really well. It was awesome to see them. I was so grateful that they were home. However, that same week, the weather over here in northern Illinois decided to just take a tumble. And it went from 70 degrees down to 30 degrees, all in a matter of 24 hours. And I have a bad back. For those of you who don't know, I have a terrible, horrible bad back. So I have to be very careful with what I'm doing. And when the weather takes a dive like that, my back decides it doesn't want to work anymore. So the weekend the girls were home was a rough weekend for me. I was in a lot of pain trying to work through those muscle spasms and things. So unfortunately, I really didn't get a chance to really sit in this chair. I mean, obviously the girls were home anyway. Then the next weekend, I was still trying to recover from those back issues. And then we started construction on some things here in my home. Good news, all the construction is done. Yay! I officially have a beautifully new sealed driveway. I have beautiful new a leveled sidewalk, so I have a nice beautiful patio, and a new roof on the house, all in a matter of 3 weeks. It has been crazy around here, but unfortunately all of that construction is really loud and noisy, and it has made it really, really difficult for me to do any type of recording or live streams, things of that nature. So I am so sorry for all of that. The good news is that everything is done. My back is feeling great today. The weather is looking beautiful. It's been a nice, cool, crisp 50 to 60 degree weather the last couple of weeks, which has been just amazing. This is my favorite time of the year. I absolutely love this time of the year. My back, not so much, but that's okay. It'll deal. I love the changing of the seasons. Oh gosh, it has just been so pretty. So I've got a lot of fun fall projects that I'm not sure we're going to get through in fall. It might roll over into winter, but we're going to take a look at those here in the next few weeks. So stick around on the channel to make sure. We still got those couple of cotton cuts projects left to go. So sweet. It's almost done. The final reveal is the first week in November, and I am just giddy with excitement to try and see what that quilt ends up looking like. And of course we're working on the Vitaro, the Piazza quilt, which is just beautiful. I'm loving those colorways. In fact, I think I've got clue 3 sitting right here. 3 or 4, I can't remember, sitting right here. So you'll see a video coming out for that here in the next week or so. Either this week or next week, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. So you get to see that one coming up soon. So that's really exciting. The channel. Oh my gosh, guys, the channel has been blowing up. I am so grateful to each and every new subscriber. Check this out. 294 subscribers. We're almost at 300 subscribers already. I'm blown away and so honored and so grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to each and every one of you. My goodness, the chat is just blown up. I hope I'm not missing a message like you guys can't hear me or anything like that. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I will get through chat in just a second. So again, mix and match is what we're doing today. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these that we need to slice up and sew up together. Oh, I'm sorry, 7 of these that we need to slice up and sew together, and then we're going to do some more slicing and cutting and dicing, chopping and dicing of fabrics. So anyway, let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody that I've been missing. I know it's been blowing up, and I'm really sorry for that. So let me hop in there and say hello to everybody really, really quickly, and then we will get started. Sean, I know I saw you in there. I'm not sure if you're still here, but good morning. Sylvia and and Kathy, you guys were like first in. I mean, I swear you guys were there a half an hour early, but thank you so much for waiting. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Let's see who else we got. Patty, good morning. Good morning, Patty. Good morning. Kathy, yes, I said good morning to Kathy. Brenda, hi, it's so great to see you again. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Kelly. I can't wait to hear about your cruise. Oh, gosh, I wonder how it's been going for you. Hello, Katie, good morning, good morning. Lucas, Lucas is in the house. Lucas, I'm so glad you were able to join us. We'll have to hear all about your new job, how that's going. Gosh, I personally haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks, so I'd love to hear how that's going. Sylvia says, Danny's so close to 300. Congratulations, honey. Oh, thank you so much, Sylvia. I know. I can't even believe we're almost at 300. It's just crazy. Brenda, what is nice about only working online? You will be able to estimate how long it takes. There you go. Sandra, good morning. Hi, Sandra. It's so good to see you. Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Oh, my goodness. So many people here. Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. Oh, Lord, so many. Thank you so much. Oh, gosh, it is so great to see each and every one of you in chat and online, and just thank you so much to each and every one of you for leaving comments and checking in on me on Facebook. I promised everything was going okay. It was just a lot going on, and unfortunately, something had to take a backseat, and that was, unfortunately, the channel. But I promise things are better next weekend. Next weekend, I'm going to need your all's help. I really am. I'm going to need y'all's help because next weekend we are going to be packing. We're not going to be working on a project next week. We're going to be packing because I have got my very first ever retreat coming up at the end of October, which I am super excited for. So next weekend, y'all are going to help me pack up my sewing bag. So I'm going to need some tips and tricks and ideas to start coming up with those and get those ready for next week because I'm going to need help. Because this is my first one ever, and I'm sure I'm going to forget something. Now, the good news is that the retreat is at a quilt store, so if I really forget something, I'm pretty sure they have it there for me to pick up. But anyway, you always like using your own tools, so we're going to be doing that next week. Kelly says, Danny, I uploaded cruise videos, but I can tell you right now that it was great to be back on board after nearly 3 years. We have a very relaxing time. Oh, Kelly, that is so great. I did see some of your videos. I didn't get a chance to watch any of them, so I will go back and check out that channel. If you haven't checked out Kelly's channel, make sure you do exclamation point Kelly in chat. I'll give you a link to her channel and go check out her cruise stuff. I'm so excited to go check that out. I'm going to do that later today. Kelly says, good luck with your new job, Lucas. Lucas says, we will have plenty of time to talk today. Yes, we will. I'm glad to hear that you are back today. That is great. One other thing before we get started. So YouTube does this great thing, and it tells me kind of when you guys, not just you guys, but other people that are in the quilting community are online. So one of the things that it told me is that on Sundays, more people are online during the 12 o'clock time frame than the 10 o'clock time frame. So I really want to make sure that everyone that is a part of our community gets the opportunity to join us here on our live streams and gets a chance to go and chat and things like that. So I think we're going to test out this particular live stream, and we're going to go a little bit later than we normally do. Normally we end our streams at 12:30, but I'm going to actually push this one up to 1 o'clock. So then that way those other people that are just starting to get on it around that noon time frame can actually pop in and say hello to us before we end the stream, because I always feel guilty when people are popping in at like 12, 12:30, and then I'm immediately ending the stream. So we're going to push it out to 1 o'clock. If you guys can't make it all the way till 1, I totally understand, and I appreciate any amount of time you guys are able to spend with us. And as always, these live streams are always played after the fact. They publish later on, so if you can't catch the whole thing, you can always catch the replay later. So, all right, let's get into this because we've got a lot of things to catch up on today. Yikes. Oh my goodness, you guys have already started a heist. Look at that. So much fun. All right, so hello, Nancy. Yes, good morning. Sylvie says, whoop, whoop, Lucas. As Katie says, Handmade by Ying with Donna did a video of all the things she packed for her first retreat. Ooh, I'll have to check that out, Katie. Thank you very much. Lucas says, I don't even work Sundays. Yay! That means Lucas can join us. That's so exciting. That's really great to see. Kelly says, it's 8:42 a.m. for me. Well, it's about 10:43 a.m. for me, but thank you so much for joining us that early, Kelly. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's get going. Let's get into the nitty-gritty here. So, it's been a hot minute since we worked on this project, so let me fill you in if you're new to the channel. We started with a big layer cake. We cut it up into 4s to make charm squares, so if you guys have charm squares instead, you can start with that. So we took those charm squares, we took 2 of them, and we sewed both sides together, 1 on each side. We just took random pieces, sewed them up on both sides, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slice them down the middle, and we're going to cut a 1/2 inch off the top, and then we're going to press them open, and that's what we got here. So we've went ahead and bundled them up together. We've got 4 pieces, 2 of each kind, excuse me, that we have bundled up together, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to lay them down, and we're going to cut them diagonal to diagonal on one way this way, and one way this way, and then we're going to put them all back together, and it is going to make this beautiful, beautiful square. Let me try a different one, see if the color's better here. Yep, this one works better. There you go. You guys know I have a terrible quality camera. I don't understand what the problem is. I've been messing with settings, all kinds of stuff. I bought a brand new mic set. Turns out it only works on cell phones. So I'm back to the drawing board with that. But that's okay. We'll get through it, right? All right. So let me get the iron nice and hot and ready. So here's the first thing we're going to start with. We're going to grab these pieces here that we started with the last time we were together. We've got these little bundles, and I'm going to pull them apart for a minute. And we're going to slice them up. Now, we want to make sure that the pieces are laying the same direction on our board. I have the hiccups today. I'm sorry. Sandra K says, Brenda, I love how you are waving your Bargello. Ooh, I'd love to see pictures of the Bargello, Brenda. Make sure you post them in our Facebook group so I can take a look at them. If you're not already a member of our Facebook group, make sure you head over there. You can do !FB in chat. That's where we've been sharing a lot of our pictures. That's where I send notes out to you guys, asking you guys for advice and inspiration and things like that. So thank you to everybody that has helped me out with that. I've been having some struggles with a little bit of motivation lately because I haven't been able to get in front of this camera. And I've got a lot of brand new projects that I need to start, so there's just a lot of prep work. So the motivation has been a little lacking these last couple of weeks, so I really appreciate everybody replying to that post for me. Kathy says 8:45 a.m. by me. That's great, Kathy. Great, Kathy. Kathy, I am loving the quilt project that you and Sandra and Susan and Diane are working on. I think it's it is so cute. I didn't catch the pattern. I haven't been able to catch every single one of your streams. If you could let me know in chat what the pattern is for that. I thought it was really cute and I'm really liking it. I'm not sure if it's like a sample quilt or if it's an actual pattern, but it's been a lot of fun to watch you guys do that. If you're not already following Kathy and Sandra, they do live stream collabs on Kathy's channel. If you do !Kathy in chat, it'll give you a link. That's really exciting. Sandra, thank you for popping that link in there. Kelly says, "Oh, I'll have to check out Brenda's Bargello." Yes, absolutely. I'd love to see it as well. All right, so there's the first one. So we got that one sliced up that way. And then we're going to slice this one up opposite direction. All I want to make sure is that my seams are matching up nice and even. This is a free pattern by Donna Jordan of Jordan Fabrics. There is a link in the chat there if you're interested. It's been pinned up to the top there for you. We are using the Whimsical Daisy fabric. Unfortunately, it is a discontinued fabric line, but I'm sure you could find other really bright and beautiful colors to work with. Sandra says we're making a sampler quilt. Okay, okay. I kind of thought that was it because it looked like all the blocks were different, but I love that sewing machine block. I really like that, and I have some really cool fabric that would go really well with that, so I'm going to have to check that out. We're making it up as we go. Oh, okay, Patty. I didn't realize you were involved with it too, Patty. That's awesome. That is really fun. Well, that's kind of like what we're doing with our block party. It is basically a sample quilt, and we're just picking random patterns as I go along. In fact, that was one of the things I was doing this morning before I was on the channel. I was kind of looking through all my books and everything else to try and figure out what our next block will be. I'm not sure what it will be yet, but I'll let you guys know as soon as I figure that out. Oh, Sandra, that's so much fun. She says we take turns and others in the group followers give us input as to what they like. Well, I loved that sewing machine. That was so cute. So cute. Okay, so I've got it all sliced up and ready to go. Now I gotta remember how to sew it together. It's been so long, I forgot. Okay, so we slice them and then we sew the same pieces together, and that's what gives us our blocks. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and chain piece these up together real quick. And Dawn, I don't know if Dawn's in the chat, but she had given me some advice on our last meeting, our last live stream about fixing my machine, and it has been working wonderfully. So if she is not already in the chat, when she pops in, I'm going to need to thank her again, because she saved me. My machine works so much better now that we changed that setting. It turns out what I thought was thread tensioner was actually bobbin tension, and I'm sorry, feed dog tension, and that really helped. So ooh, Brenda says my Bargello is floral purple and I added chartreuse. Oh, you guys know I love purple. Purple's one of my favorites. And chartreuse, it's gotta be gorgeous, Brenda. I'm so excited to see pictures of it. Make sure you post them in that Facebook group for us. Chloe says, I love sampler quilts. I know, me too. They're so much fun. I like the variety of them. So much fun. So I know what Sandra and Kathy and them are working on. So what's everybody else working on? You know, Brenda's working on that Bargello, which sounds gorgeous. Can't wait to see pictures of that. What else is everybody else working on? Me, personally, the only real project I have going right now is this one that we're working on. I have a bunch that are kind of, they're in the preparation stages. So I have some, I don't know if you guys can even see it down here. Yeah, probably not. I've got some strips down there that I've had to iron up, and I've been chopping those up to make a new quilt. That's going to be a mystery quilt project. That'll be fun. I've got another strip tube project that I'm going to be working on. I've got a couple of table runners I've got to finish up. Yeah, so I've got a lot of projects going. A lot of projects I'm going to be starting soon. Unfortunately, I just don't have any of them started at the moment. A lot of it is prep work. It's been ironing and slicing of fabrics for a little while here. So I think after my retreat, we're going to be starting another project on the live streams. I've got another full-size quilt in the works that I want to get started on. Why is this running so slow? I think my foot pedal's just, yeah, foot pedal was back too far. So yeah, we're going to be starting on that. So that'll be fun. All right, so I went ahead and got these all sewn up together. We're going to go ahead and, I think we've been ironing them. Let me check. Yes, we've been ironing them open and then pinning them back up together. And then we're going to sew up all the pieces together when we're ready. So I've got my iron nice and hot here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sylvie says, I'm still working on making items for grandson's fundraiser. Ooh, fun. What kind of items are you making, Sylvia? She says she made a sampler quilt into a pillow. I assume she meant pillow and not quillo. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see. Kelly says, I need a sampler quilt in class in 2016. It was fun. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Chloe says, I'm working on a mini quilt from Bev McClaw. Make it in mini book. Oh, make it in the Make It mini book. I'm excited to do some embroidery. Ooh, Chloe, embroidery. That sounds like fun. I think the next quilt block challenge that we do is actually going to be either a paper piecing, a foundation paper piecing, or an applique. I haven't decided. I want to try and challenge myself a little bit in doing different things. So I'm going to try and, I think I'm going to pick a foundation paper piecing that we're going to do. And then we'll also do an applique as well. Because, you know, I want to keep some of them fun and easy. And then I want some other ones to be a little bit more challenging. Sylvia says, you name it, I've made it. No, definitely not a Quillo. That's okay, Sylvia. We knew what you meant. It's okay. So much fun. Chloe, make sure you post pictures in our Facebook page. I'd love to see that, unless the pictures that you posted earlier in the week are those ones that you were working on. Sandra, you're so funny. Sandra says, I haven't made a Quillo yet, but I do have the pattern. She's so funny. Oh, so funny. So funny. I truly enjoy watching you and Kathy and Susan and Diane. I enjoy watching you guys on your live streams. Some of them are a little bit long and I'm not able to catch the whole thing. But usually when I've been, like yesterday, I was working on, like I said, I was working on a lot of ironing yesterday. A lot of ironing, a lot of cutting yesterday. So I put you guys on and was just kind of listening to you as I was working along. And it was really, really, really fun. Sandra says, Danny, there is a thing called a Quillo. Oh my goodness. Too funny. Too funny. Well, I mean, then maybe she's working on one, you know? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be judging then. Maybe she meant she was working on a Quillo. Too funny. I've never even heard of that. I thought it was just a typo. Oh, Sylvia says it was a Quillo, a quilt that folds into a pillow. Oh my goodness, Sylvia, I thought it was a typo. So funny. Oh my gosh, I never knew that. That is so neat. See, you learn new things every day. This is why I love hanging out with you guys, because there are so many things that I do not know. So that I did not know that. That is so funny. Wow. Yeah, Kelly says, look it up on YouTube, Danny. I'm sure someone has filmed it. Oh, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. Too funny. Too funny. I did not even know that was a thing. Look at that. You learn something new every day. Now I'm going to have to look it up. Oh boy. Hold on. Sorry for that, guys. I'm kind of trying to mute the mic here. Angel's, she's got a little bit of a hairball. So I don't think you guys wanted to listen to that. So give me just a second here. I think she's okay now. I think we're out of the woods. I will clean that up later. A Quillo, though, that is not something I have ever heard of before, but I am definitely going to have to search for that after this stream, because that sounds like it could be a lot of fun, actually. And honestly, Sylvia, I apologize. I thought it was just a typo. I thought you just meant a pillow. Too funny. Too funny. But see, just goes to show you guys, I am not an expert. All right, so here's some more pieces. We're just slicing them up and sewing them back up together. Wow. There we go. Patty says she's worked on a small snap coin pouch. Is a big seller at craft fairs. YouTube has plenty of how-to videos. One cheap metal tape measure makes a lot. Wow. That sounds like fun. Lucas is already hugging the cloud bot. You guys are funny. It's already started. If for those of you that are new to the channel, we do this little bit of a points program called Thimbles. It's basically just a points program. You earn points towards prizes. I think there's 2 prizes up there right now. I think I added a second one on there. Basically, the prizes are just, it's just my way of thanking you guys for watching. So as you're watching the chat, you are earning thimbles, and those thimbles can be turned in for prizes. You can also play a couple of mini games to earn a couple of extra thimbles. One of those mini games is our Heist Game, which is basically just a luck of the draw. You enter exclamation point heist space and then the number of thimbles that you're willing to risk in chat. And then the computer picks winners at random to earn some extra thimbles. Some people get a little competitive about the game. Lucas. But it is a lot of fun, and it's something that you guys can do while you're watching me sew, or while you're sewing, or participating in chat. So just my way of saying thank you. If you do exclamation point prizes in chat, it'll give you a list of the prizes that are currently available for you. And there are also instructions in that command on how to turn in your points for those prizes. We are not doing a giveaway on the channel today, and I actually have not done a giveaway in a little while. I probably won't do another one until after my retreat, just because I kind of have a lot of things in a lot of different places at the moment. But we do have 2 projects that I have finished or are close to finished. So we do have 2 giveaways that will be coming up on the channel at some point. I try to do them randomly. I try to just pick them at random as to when I'm going to do them, so that that way it kind of eliminates those people that are joining just to get to the giveaways. And then that way it actually rewards those people in the community that are, you know, valid parts of the community. Not valid parts of the community, that's a bad word. Active members of the community. So no giveaway today, but there might be one here soon. Hi Terry, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. I am so glad to be back. I've missed every single one of you. Lucas says, Danny, should the fat quarter be 7,500 thimbles or 10,000? Also, it only shows fat quarter being a reward. Okay, I'll take a look, Lucas. If you wouldn't mind sending me an email on that, that'd be great. It should be 7,500. I did drop it down. It was 10,000, but I did drop it down to 7,500. So then that way it was a little bit easier for people to achieve. But I thought there was a random, I thought there was a Notion one in there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't added it yet. But I do have a bunch of fat quarters. And speaking of fat quarters, I signed up for Cotton Cuts Rosa's Countdown. I think that's the name of it. So I'll be having a bunch of batik fat quarters coming in around Christmas time. So I need to start getting through all these fat quarters I've got already so that I can get some more. Lucas says, will do, already set up the email for the stream. Thank you, Lucas. You are awesome. I am so glad you're here on Sundays with me. If it weren't for Lucas, guys, I tell you, I would not be nearly as organized. I am a bit of an ADD person, and so I have a tendency to forget things, and so Lucas sends me emails after the end of every stream of everything that I told him to remind me of. It's so great. He is amazing. He is wonderful. I'm so grateful that he is a part of this community, a part of this stream, and also a part of our family. So I'm really grateful for that. Sylvia says, Lucas is on it. Yes, he is. He is awesome. Everyone needs a Lucas in their life. Oh, look at that. Congratulations, Sandra and Chloe, on winning that heist. Congrats on that. That's really exciting. It's always exciting when you win. There's a slot machines game as well, but I have to tell you guys, no one has ever won that game yet. And I have not figured out how to change the settings on it yet either. So I do not recommend playing it. Sylvia says, darn it, Lucas, we lost. Oh, that's all right. Next time. There's always next time. Wait 10 minutes and you guys can try again. Good morning, Linda. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've missed you, and I have missed you. I've missed everybody on the channel lately. Things have been a little crazy. But thank you so much for joining us this morning. Happy Sunday to you. I hope you are well. We're just working on our mix and match. My goal is to have this thing done before Christmas. I'm kind of hoping it'll be a Christmas gift. We'll have to wait and see. Brenda says I can't win, LOL. So Terry says, I am the boss of me, retired and loving it. Congratulations, Terry. That is awesome. I have many, many years before I can retire, but that doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to it. Aw, look at Sylvia hugging everybody. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Oh, Sylvia, look at you. 2,200 thimbles already. Wow, look at that. Oh, Linda, you were so kind. Linda says, glad you're back. I was going through withdrawal symptoms. Oh, Linda, you were so kind. That is so kind of you to say. Yes, I am back. I am sorry. It has been a bit of a moment here. We had a bunch of things I explained in the beginning of the video, but I know you weren't here. We had a bunch of stuff going on, and unfortunately life just kind of got in the way. So yes, I am back this week and next week, and then I have to skip the last week of the month of October because I'm going to be at my retreat. But I am planning to make a video of my retreat. Probably not, a live video. It'll probably be, pictures of things. But I do plan to make a video of what I'm doing there. Who knows? I might even pop in for a quick live stream on my phone at the hotel room late in the evening. Check in with you guys. We'll see. And then the first weekend in November, we're probably going to be starting on a brand new project on the stream. It'll be a new full-size project, so I'm excited about that. And then I've got a couple of surprises that I'm working on right now for November. We'll see how they play out. So make sure you keep an eye on the channel and on our Facebook group, because that's usually where I announce those fun things. Go. Yes, Lucas, a vlog. Thank you. So I will probably be doing a vlog of my retreat. So yeah, it'll be something new for me. I've never done a vlog before, so that'll be something new. But I really want to share with you guys what I worked on, how things went, that kind of stuff. Because let's face it, the only reason I'm going to this thing is because you guys have given me the courage and the confidence to go. So I want to make sure that I'm sharing that with you guys. Chloe says we missed you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Terry says that block is so pretty. I looked at the pattern. Oh, thank you, Chloe. Yes, it is. It's very pretty. I love how bright and bold all the colors are. The bright and bold is my big thing. You guys know I love bright, bold colors. Looks like I never matched this one up. So Terry says 30 years of work is enough. Amen, Terry. I've actually been at my company. I will be at my company 25 years this year. I started when I was 17. So yeah, I understand that. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to retire a little early. Brenda says, right? Closely monitoring countdown. So Terry says, oh, Brenda, you have the countdown in your phone, don't you? We all use it to work at work to share the joy. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Kelly says her knee surgery is Friday the 21st. Well, Kelly, we will be thinking about you on the 21st and hoping that everything goes really well. And we'll really want to hear about hopefully how things go for you next weekend. Because you said you're going to be watching a lot of streams. I'll be sitting with ice on my knee. So hopefully things go real well for you. Sylvia says, I'm going to a quilt club tomorrow. Only been going a few months, but it's such fun meeting fellow sewers. Sylvia, that's what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that, you know, I have tried to look to see if I could find like a quilting guild or meetings or something in my area, and I just am not finding anything that works with my schedule. So I'm hoping that this retreat kind of allows me to meet some new friends and allows me to make some new contacts. So, but I really look forward to our time together here on the channel. I think the channel has served as my quilting club, if you will, which has been really great, and I love sharing that time with you guys so much. So much. Just making sure I'm cutting this off. But yeah, it's nice to have that face-to-face interaction. So, for those of you who aren't aware, I am a bit of an introvert. I didn't used to be, but I am over the years. And so, the quilt retreat is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. You know, kind of coming out of my shell a little bit. You know, and that's why I opted to go to a retreat instead of a single class. You know, classes are usually only 1 or 2 days long. And you don't really have the time to really warm up to people, at least in, you know, I don't anyway. So that's why I opted for the retreat, because it's a 3-day event. So, you know, you're kind of, it gives you time to warm up to people and kind of interact with them a little bit more. So I'm excited for it and nervous at the same time. Brenda says, retro, I smell bacon. Yum. Ooh, Brenda, I'll be right over. I think we'll all be right over. Sylvia said, this is run by a local fabric shop. They do classes making stuff as well as the sewing club. Yeah, Sylvia, that's exactly where my retreat is at one of the quilt shops too. But this quilt shop is my closest quilt shop to me, but it is still quite a bit away. It's about an hour and 10 minutes from my house. So it's not really something that I can get to on a regular basis like I would really want to. Especially during the week, because that would just be near impossible to do. But yeah, they have meetings and stuff over there too. I'm not really able to join any of those because they're usually during the week, and they're usually started like 6 o'clock, and I don't even get home from work until almost 7. So unfortunately, they're just not things that I can attend. Brenda says, best hurry. Lucas wants to know if bacon on pizza counts. Absolutely, Lucas. It absolutely counts. Bacon is bacon. Doesn't matter where you eat it. You can eat it with your hands. Katie says, look at that. I'm cooking bacon too. Well then, Katie, we will be right over. Yeah, we'll stop at Brenda's and then we'll swing by you, okay? Sylvie says, last week I did make an infinity scarf, and I've done about six of them now. Wow, my goodness, an infinity scarf. Is that knitted or is that sewn? Kelly says, time for breakfast. It's 9:10. Bye, everyone. Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was so great to see you, and I will try and pop over to your channel to check out your cruise stuff. If you haven't already, make sure you go check her out too. If you do !Kelly in chat, it'll give you a link to her channel. Make sure you head over there and say hi. She has been on a cruise, so she hasn't been working on too many projects. I think she might have posted one recently. I'm not sure. It's hard to keep up with all the different creators, honestly. Excuse me. Lucas says, because that's what I'm having for lunch. There you go. Chloe says, sounds delish. Yes, it does, Chloe. Yes, it does. I made some breakfast this morning, so hopefully that'll tide me over until after our stream today for lunch. But yes, it does sound yummy. Chloe says, I'm making an apple cake recipe from Pat Sloan's Tantalizing Table Toppers book. I'll have to let you if it's have to let you know if it's good. Oh yeah, absolutely, Chloe. I'd love to know. I'm trying to find some new books, some new block party books. Some new books to include for my block party. So if you have any suggestions, I'm happy to I'd love to hear them. The block party videos have been so much fun because there's no stress. There's no big project we're working on. We're just basically making these random blocks. The most stressful part about the whole thing is making sure I have enough fabric to make 2 of them. But so far I've been able to use excuse me, I'm sorry. So far I've been able to use a lot of my fat quarters that I have in my stash here. So I've been able to use a lot of those to make a lot of these pieces. So that's been great. Sylvia's hugging that cloud bot for some good luck there. It's like rubbing the genie lamp, right? Sandra wants to know, Patty, how are those Christmas stockings coming along? Ooh, Christmas stockings. Those are fun. My mom used to make those when I was a kid. My mom was a pretty good sewer. She is where I got my crafting bug from. She doesn't, to my knowledge, she doesn't do a lot of crafting so much anymore, but she used to do a lot. And yeah, Christmas stockings, advent calendars. I remember her making all of those things. She would just take over the kitchen table. Let's be honest, she'd take over the whole kitchen. But it was fun to watch her and help her out with those things. That's really where I got my love of crafting from. Was from her. Kathy says, my channel you have up on your channel, Danny, is not the right channel. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, Kathy, I am so sorry. I don't know how that happened. Lucas, can you add that, please? Even if you want to pop into Streamlabs and see if you could fix that, that'd be even better. Kathy, I'm so sorry about that. I'm not sure how that happened. But we will absolutely get that fixed. I felt just terrible about that. Lucas, if you want to pop over to Kathy's channel and just drop the correct link in the chat for us, that would be great. That way people can head over to her channel and follow her real quick. And then we will get that fixed later. That'd be awesome. If you wouldn't mind, please, sir. Thank you. Yeah, Kathy, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Who knows? We'll have to fix it. I'm sure it was me. I'm sure I grabbed something wrong. But I will fix that. We will get that fixed. Yeah. Thanks for checking on that. My apologies. We will get that fixed right away. Thank you, Lucas. And Kathy, thank you for letting me know. I'm so sorry about that. I want to help support our other creators, but, in order for me to do that, I kind of need to put the right links in there, right? So like I was saying, we have done a bunch of home repairs to the house here. We've actually had a lot of these planned since like June and July, but because these contractors have been struggling with, all of the same things that the corporate world is struggling with, labor and materials and things like that, we've kind of been on the waiting list for a lot of these things. So it was just weird that they all kind of happened all at the same time. I mean, we had a new roof put on the house, which it wasn't leaking yet, but it was getting there. So we had a new roof put on the house, and then we have a sidewalk that runs up. So I don't actually have a traditional front door at the front of my house. I have two side doors. So I have a garage on one side of my house, and then I have my front door that's actually around the side of the house. It's kind of tucked away so people really can't see it too well. But there's a sidewalk that walks up to it. Well, there's also a really, really big maple tree that sits right next to the sidewalk, and that maple tree has kind of run havoc on the sidewalk over there. And it was becoming a bit of it had lifted one of the pieces of the sidewalk so much that it was like a 6-inch step. I mean, it was it was to the point where you could see the ground underneath the concrete from the step above. I mean, that's how big it was lifting, and it was really just becoming a tripping hazard for people, especially in the winter, you know, because you really couldn't see it under the snow. So we went ahead and had that fixed. They raised the bottom piece up to match the top piece, so there's a bit of a ramp now, but that's all right. It's still safer than somebody tripping and falling and hurting themselves. So we were having that done. Good morning, Marie. Thanks so much for joining us. Oh, and good morning, Sylvia. I just saw you pop in. Good morning. Good morning. No, don't apologize for being late, Marie. Don't worry about it. Not at all. You are perfectly on time. No worries. No worries. You don't have to be here right when it starts. In fact, you don't even have to be here when it's live if you can't make it. If you want to just pick it up on the playback later, you can do that too. But thank you so much for joining us. But yeah, so they fixed the sidewalk. They lifted the concrete so that it matches. So now we have a nice ramp. So that's really nice. And then they also evened out my back patio. I have a concrete slab patio in the back. And the pieces had all kind of just went kittywampus on me over the years. I mean, we've been in the house almost 20 years. I've owned the house for almost 20 years now. We bought it when the girls were 3 weeks old. And so it just kind of went kittywampus on us. So we had them even that out as well. And then we also had them put in an extra slab into the back to kind of extend it out a little bit further. It was kind of, it had a weird shape to it. So we had them fix that as well. And then they seal coated the driveway. We have a blacktop driveway. I do not have concrete. I have a blacktop driveway. So they had to seal coat that because it was that time of the year. Marie says, I love seeing you live. Oh, Marie, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that everyone is live. Lucas says, how do I edit things? Lucas, I can show you that later. If you want to just put it in put it in a thing, and we can do a meet later, and I'll show you how, okay? Just put it in the email for now, and we'll meet later, and I'll show you how. Sylvia says, my back door is the one everyone uses except the postman. Well, I have a back door too, Sylvia, but we actually have a fenced-in yard, so the neighbors... My house is set up so weird. Okay, so this bedroom is on the right side of the house. Well, I guess it depends on... If you're facing the house, it's on the left side. But if you're facing the front of the house, which is over there, it's on the right side. So I have a one-car garage on the left. This is a ranch, by the way. So I have a one-car garage over here on the left. It's attached. It's built into the house, like it's the whole thing. And then, I have 2 bedrooms up front, and there's no front door at the front of the house. So my front door is actually over here on this side, tucked back here, connected to my living room. So my living room is back behind me here. So I have my living room, my kitchen at the back of the house, and I have bedrooms at the front of the house, which has given me some anxiety over the years. But anyway, so my front door is over here. So we always go through the garage because the garage is connected. It has a door that connects it to the kitchen. So family, we always just go through the garage. We have all of our family go through the garage. Whenever we know we're having company, they always go through the garage. The only people that ever use the front door are the delivery people and solicitors. Those are the only people that ever use the front door. But the mailman does too because our mailbox is over here. So yeah, so we have the front door over here, and then we have a back door, a sliding glass door that's connected to our kitchen, which is in this back corner over here. So the house is all kinds of kittywampus. But I love the layout. I've always liked it. I kind of wish it was a little flip-flop though. I kind of wish my living room and kitchen were at the front of the house, but that's just another story for another day. But yeah, so it's a little kittywampus, but it actually works out really well because most of the time the solicitors can't find the front door. So it works out well. Except for, for Halloween, the trick-or-treaters, they can't seem to find the front door either, so we usually just sit out front. So yeah. Jeez, I'm sorry, I missed a bunch of stuff here. Hold on. So he says, what? I lost again, even after I hugged the bot. Too funny. Yeah, good morning, Julie. Hi, Susan. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I haven't seen you in forever. Lucas says, oh no, I've lost some spot. Oh, you mean the top 10. Okay. Hi, Susan. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's been a while since I've seen you. Of course, I haven't been online in a while, so that helped too. Lucas says, okay, I logged into Streamlabs with my login and it only shows my channel, so I'm a little confused. LOL. Okay, Lucas, we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out after the stream. What did I do with the... Oh, here it is. So yeah, so anyway, so we've got the sidewalks all fixed up. The driveway's all done. The back patio looks beautiful. Next year we have 3 graduation parties. 3 of our kids are graduating. We have 2 graduating from college and 1 graduating from high school. So we wanted to try and get the patio set up so that we could have a nice big graduation party here and not have to worry about people tripping and falling. So the patio is awesome. It looks great. We had it extended out a little bit more there. We had them put 1 extra pad in the back of it, so it's a little bit longer. So it looks awesome. Super flat. It's great. I could actually put a table back there now. It was bad. It was really, really bad. So yeah, so that's all done. Obviously, I told you guys about the new roof. We've had the bathroom and the kitchen redone the last couple of years because they needed to be done. Lucas says, can't wait to come over and see all the improvements. Well, Lucas, I know your parents have been doing a lot of improvements to their home, too, I heard. They were doing a lot of fun stuff over there, too. So, yeah, it's been, excuse me, it's been a year of a couple of improvements. But like I said, we've been in the house for 20 years, and, you know, it needed them. They probably needed them when we moved in, if I'm being honest. But, you know, little babies were more expensive at the time and more important, so. You know, home ownership is awesome, but at the same time, it is a really expensive hobby. It's what my stepdad calls it. He calls it a really expensive hobby. So Terry says graduations are a wonderful thing to celebrate. Absolutely, Terry, and we are blessed with 5 daughters who are all really close in age. We have 2 sets of twins. My husband has a set of fraternal twins, and I have a set of identical twins. So we do kind of like a double whammy. We get 2 high schools and 2 graduations at the same time. So that's always fun. And then his youngest daughter is a senior in high school this year. So she's going to graduate from high school this year as well. So we end up with some pretty big milestones all at the same time. So we've got 2 graduating from college. His 2 oldest are graduating this year, and his youngest is graduating from high school. So we're going to be doing some graduation parties this year, and then we'll do another graduation party 2 years from now when my 2 graduate. I'm making the assumption that they will graduate. I mean, obviously things could change, but I'm making the assumption. And then we'll do another 2 years, and then our youngest will graduate. So, or another year, and our youngest will graduate as well. And then also Lucas is graduating from college this year as well. I know I didn't mention that, but he is also graduating from college. He kind of gets roped in with the 2 oldest ones because he is the same age as our 2 oldest daughters. They are all the same age. So when we had the high school graduation, we included him in that as well. Oh, I think I missed something. Lucas says, wait, recently? You might know something I don't. Well, Lucas, I thought they were doing a bunch of stuff right at the end of the summer. That's what I was referring to. Susan says, for some reason, I don't see sometimes when you are on, but I come over when I can, Danny. Oh, no problem, Susan. Yeah, like Lucas says, if you don't have the channel notifications on, sometimes you can miss it. The other thing is you can always become a part of our Facebook group if you follow Facebook. I try to put events in there in our Facebook group every time I do a live stream, so you'll be notified when that happens also. Marie says we have lots of twins in our family. My aunts are twins, my cousins are, and I have sisters that are twins. There were 2 sets of twins that were my grandfather's siblings, 22 kids in this family. Wow! My goodness, 22 kids. Holy smokes, that is a big family, Marie. I, unfortunately, do not have the big family. Susan says, yes, it is me, not you two. No worries, Susan. No worries at all. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you finding a way to find your way here. I appreciate that. So thank you. Marie says, crazy, right? Yes, very crazy. I have an itty bitty teeny tiny little family. It started out as a very big family, but it has kind of become an itty bitty teeny tiny one. I think at one point in time the most people I had in my family was 13. And that was when I was younger, and then of course obviously we've lost some older members of the family over the years, and now I believe it is down to 8. I think that's my entire family. It's 8 people, but that's okay. Well, I shouldn't say 8 because that doesn't include the 7 that are in my household. Extended family is 8, I believe. So yeah, I have a little bit of a small family. My husband comes from a very big family. They have huge family reunions. It is near impossible for me to keep up with that amount of people. I need a cheat sheet every year. Family is important. You only get one. What do you want? Say good morning to Angel, everyone. What would you like, Angel? Do you want out? Do you want out? I know you weren't feeling well this morning. No, you don't want out. Okay. She probably wants up. We'll give her another minute to tell me what she wants. She's usually pretty good about communicating it. Give her another minute. Sandra says, Danny, I have 5 daughters. You will have fun with weddings. Oh, Lord, Sandra, I didn't even think about that, but you're totally right. Totally right. Weddings is probably something we will have a lot of fun with. Probably be very expensive. Yeah, the day my girls were born, my mom told me start saving now, because between the you know, the dance dresses and the clothes and everything else, so weddings is definitely one of those things. Marie says that's really only a fraction of the whole family. I know, Marie, I know. So Terry says twins on both sides of the family. And my great aunts are twins as well. That's really exciting. So Terry, so the thing about twins in my family, hold on. The thing about twins with my family is that until my daughters were born, there was not actually a surviving set of twins on my side of the family. My daughters are the first surviving set of twins on my side of the family. However, there has been a set of twins in the last 9 generations of my family. 9 generations, but mine are the first set that survived. My great-grandmother was pregnant with twins. And unfortunately, she lost one as a stillborn when they were born. My mom was pregnant. I was actually, they believe I was a twin when my mom was pregnant, but one of them died in vitro. My sister was also pregnant with twins, and she had one also become absorbed in vitro, they believe. So right now, my daughters are the only surviving set of twins on my side of the family thus far. Now, my ex-husband, the girl's father, also had twins in his family as well. And all of the books and everything will tell you that the twin gene passes through the father's side of the family. So, it'll be interesting to see if the girls decide to have children of their own, what happens there. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, Terry, it is very sad. Yes, it is very, very sad. You know, it's something that my mom had to deal with when she was pregnant with me. It's something my sister had to deal with when she was pregnant with her son. I was very grateful and very lucky. But when I was pregnant with the girls, because we knew that this was a thing, I had basically had to go through my entire pregnancy kind of preparing myself for what we thought was going to be the inevitability. Now, like I said, my doctor was awesome. She knew of my family history, and she kept a very close eye. I think I was tested for everything under the sun. So, you know, the girls were born healthy. They were born healthy and beautiful, and we were very, very lucky. But, you know, it was just kind of something that's happened in our family. There's no real rhyme or reason behind it. There's never been a real thing. It's just kind of been the unwritten curse of our family. So I'm hoping that that meant the girls kind of broke that curse. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah, this is kind of sad. Sylvia says, I'm in the ski club. Spend the kids' inheritance. LOL. Amen, Sylvia. Amen. Marie said, ours were through our mother. Sign. Okay. Things can change. Lucas says, well, you don't have to worry about a wedding with one of yours for a while. For those of you who are new to the channel that may not know, Lucas is the boyfriend of one of my daughters. They've been together for 4 years now, so he's basically become part of the family. So I believe that's what he's referring to. Which is good to hear that neither one of them is in any hurry. Hopefully they wait until at least they both have graduated from college before they start thinking about things like that. There's plenty of time for that. Sandra is right. Things can change, but you know, hopefully they're smart and you know, they wait. That's what we're hopeful for. Terry says, "Oh my, Danny, that had to be very worrisome for you and the family. So happy you have your girls." Yes, Terry, it was. It was one of those things where I made the decision early on because you know my mom is a bit of a worrywart, and I made the decision early on in my pregnancy after we figured out it was twins, after we kind of went through the initial round of testing and everything was going okay. I decided that I didn't want to worry about it anymore because I knew that whatever I was worrying about, those babies were feeling too, and that could just make it worse. So I decided early on in my pregnancy that I was just going to kind of leave it up to fate, and whatever was going to happen, and I was just going to enjoy the experience as much as I could. So I let the doctors, my doctor was awesome. She was great. She kept telling me, you don't need to worry about anything. She goes, that's why you pay me. That's my job. It's my job to worry about those things. It's my job to keep an eye on those things. You just enjoy this time. So that's what I tried to do as much as I could. Obviously, you know, there's always that fear in the back of your mind. That's something that you can't really get to go away, but you try not to let that consume you. So I got really lucky. Like I said, the girls are beautiful. They're amazing. They were, you know, born a little preemie, nothing too crazy. A couple weeks, not a big deal. But they are healthy. They're beautiful, and everything ended up working out really well. So I'm grateful. I was grateful in the end for how everything turned out. Oh, I think I missed something. Somebody said, that's awesome, Lucas. What's awesome? Lucas says we already have enough money to spend on college. Absolutely, Lucas. Yeah, you guys already have way too much money that you guys are spending on college. Hopefully you guys will pay that off before you even think about a wedding. And then when you do think about a wedding, I hope you elope. As beautiful as weddings are, they have just become disgustingly expensive anymore. And, you know, go to the courthouse, get married, and we'll have a barbecue in the backyard. You know, it's like, you know, the party has become the focus of a marriage instead of the actual commitment itself. And that's just silly. Silly and sad. So that's my advice. I did the big white dress wedding and everything, don't get me wrong, and I think that's every little girl's dream. Well, I shouldn't say every little girl's, but most little girls' dreams. But hopefully as you get older, you realize that the party itself is not as important as the commitment. So. See? Yep, so Terry says. Elope. Yep. Yes, Marie, pregnancy should be a very joyous occasion. I agree. I mean, obviously, it depends on the circumstances of the pregnancy, of course. But, yeah, I tried to keep the best mindset that I could. I knew that those babies were feeling whatever I was feeling, and so I tried to make sure that I was feeling happy and joyous and calm and as much as I possibly could. All right, so we have been through the last pieces that we had from the time before. So now we have to make up some more. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a 1/2 inch off the top. And then we're going to spin it and we're going to slice these up down the middle. I have a text message. Oh, it's just a prescription. Lucas just gave us So he says, are you making the throw size quilt so pretty? You know what, so Terry, I'm not sure what size quilt it is, to be honest. It's a free pattern, and she didn't really give us different sizes. Excuse me, she just gave us one size. Let me see if there's a finished size on here. It says finished size is 49 by 59. And I think that's assuming you don't add any borders to it. And I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to wait and see how big the top is before I decide. But yeah, it sounds like it's probably a good throw size. Yeah. Yep. Simple wedding with a bigger party. There you go. Terry, yeah, I understand. I think my mom said the same thing to me. It's just the price of them nowadays. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I have this right here. I think I need my other one. Let me see. So this one's 3. That's, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hang on. That's 5 by 5. Okay. I don't know what I was doing, but it's 5 by 5. All right, so flip it this way. You guys are playing the game again. Okay. All right. So first thing first is we need to cut a 1/2 inch off the top. Let me just triple check my instructions here because it's been a minute since I've done these, so I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Trim 1/2 off one edge as sewn and then cut the pairs in half. Okay. Just making 100% sure here. Let's see. Yep, 1/2 inch. Okay. All right. And then it's 5 inch, so 2.5 makes it half. I'm not liking this ruler. There's too many lines on this ruler, so I'm going to pull out my bigger one because it's making me confused and I'm getting paranoid and it's just easier this way. So this one doesn't have as many lines on it. That one had more smaller lines on it, which works really well when you're doing the weird cutting sizes. But when you're not doing the weird cutting sizes, it just makes it more confusing. So 2.5. There's 2.5. I think I was just overthinking it, giving myself anxiety about it. So we're just going to do it this way now. Okay. Oops. No. Oh, come on. It's a brand new blade. Like, brand new. So, all right. So there's those 2. And then we're going to do another one. Yes, Sylvia, good question for Lucas. How is the job going, Lucas? We would love to hear about the new job. If I remember correctly, he got a new job with the dining hall, or the dining department at his school. And so he was going to be doing that. I know he started, because Tony had told me that he had started it, but I didn't know how it was really going. As you guys sit here and watch me struggle. Okay. gosh, what's going on here? There we go. So there is those. So you need to cut 2 pieces at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them and then we'll iron them up in a minute. So just trying to see if we can get these kind of lined up a little bit here. Okay, 1/2 inch. There we go. Lucas says it's going good. They have me closing Wednesday and Saturday nights. It's a little market, so I'm a cashier and a stalker. Just try and make sure nobody steals. Means all of our kids are working part-time jobs while they're in school. My 2 are working for their schools as well. Taylor works in the dining hall like Lucas does, and Tony works for the front desk at her dorm room. Which makes it really nice for them. Gives them a little bit of extra spending cash and also helps them save for school too. All right. As you guys sit here and watch me slice up pieces of fabric, I'm sorry. This is not entertaining, YouTube. I'm sorry. It's necessary, but not. I'm sure it's not entertaining. Excuse me. Shady Susan says, I just joined on my second computer. Hope this adds to your subscriber counts. Oh, Shady Susan, thank you so much for joining. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And welcome. I don't remember if I saw you pop in earlier, so good morning. Thank you. It's good to see you. It's good to see everyone here. I'm grateful for every subscriber. I'm not quite sure. I don't really know why, but sometimes the counter doesn't update while we're actually live. I actually have to manually update it when we come in, when I come into the stream in the morning. So I'm not sure why it doesn't update live all the time. So, but I appreciate the subscription. I'm tongue-tied this morning. I appreciate that. Thank you. 300 is just incredible. Honestly, 200 was incredible, but 300 is even more incredible. I joke with one of my coworkers in my day job that, you know, when I first started this channel, my goal was 50 because I didn't know 50 people. So that meant that at least one person was someone that I didn't know otherwise. You know, they weren't a family or friend, you know. So to go from my goal of 50 to now, you know, almost 300 is just incredible. Marie says, paid at the door. That's okay, Susan. No worries. 0 thimbles. You'll learn some in no time. No time at all. You earn thimbles just for hanging out with me, and you earn a couple extra every time you participate in chat. So, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Like I said, it's just kind of my way of saying thanks so much for hanging out with me and not making me so by myself. Because I was prepared to do that. I swear I had extra notions up on the prize thing, but maybe I didn't hit the button. Who knows? I'll have to look again. Yeah, Kathy, it says $297. Oh, it says 297 on the channel. Oh, wow. So we've gotten quite a few more since this chat started. Thank you so much to everybody that's subscribed. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully you guys are joining us right now and you're sitting in chat. You're lurking. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just slicing up fabric here. Don't mind me. Just putting some more pieces together. Brenda says I best participate instead of stuffing my face with food. Yo, Patty says, so expert, how did the thimble game come about? So, Patty, I am a follower of a bunch of gamers on YouTube. One of my secret passions is that I like to play computer games. So I do watch a lot of gamers on my other channel. No, not channel. My other Facebook profile. No. YouTube profile. I watch a lot of gamers over there, and over there they have they actually had the points program as part of it's actually something that's built into Streamlabs, which is the program that I use to do my streaming. It's just a program that they've built into it. So they do a lot of that over there. They, give out key codes for different games and things like that. So I thought it would be something fun to try, and it's actually just a points program, but you can name it anything you want. So like, some of the other channels have named it different things. I can't even think of examples at the moment. So I just changed the name of it. Instead of it saying points, I changed it to say thimbles, because I thought that was a little bit more appropriate for the channel. And it was something a little bit more fun to talk about than just points. But yeah, it's just something that's built into Streamlabs. So if you are a content creator and you do use Streamlabs for your streaming, you can set that up as well. It's something free as part of the program that you can set up. And I always found it to be really fun and something kind of interactive on the channel. That people can participate in, and kind of gets their juices a little flowing with regards to competitiveness and things like that, and earning some prizes and things like that. So I always felt it was fun and something entertaining while we're just kind of sitting here watching things happen. So that's why I tried it out on the channel to see how it would work. And I think it's working out really well. No one has turned in anything for prizes yet, but that's okay. I'm sure that will come with time. Shady Susan says, I have no idea about how the thimbles work either, yo Patty. Okay, so, excuse me, I'm sorry. The thimbles is basically just a points program. So as you're watching the channel, as you're watching my live streams, you're earning points. As soon as as long as you have, signed into as long as you're able to participate in chat, then you're also able to earn these points. And you can just sit there and watch. You don't have to participate in chat. You don't have to do that. But as long as you can participate in chat, that's how you're earning them. So you're earning some thimbles, which is basically just points. And then you can turn those points in for prizes. If you do exclamation point prizes in chat, it'll tell you what those prizes are. And if you do exclamation point thimbles in chat, it'll tell you how many thimbles you've earned. So once you earn enough thimbles to trade them in for a prize, then there's instructions on the prize command that tells you how to turn them in, how to redeem a prize. And then basically I mail you a prize as my way of saying thank you for watching. You do earn a couple of extra thimbles. I think it's like 2 or 3 extra thimbles for every communication that you do in chat. Again, this is just my way of saying thank you so much for being active in the conversations and participating. So I do give you a couple of extra thimbles just for saying hi and how are you and things like that. So that helps. And then there's also the mini games that you can play in chat while we're doing these projects. The Heist Game is one of them. There's a slots machine game, but I haven't seen anybody win that yet. So you can play those as well to earn a couple of extra thimbles. Again, thimbles are basically just points. Once you get to a certain level of points, then you can trade them in for prizes. I hope that answers your question. But it's one way for you guys to have something to play in the chat while we're doing some of the boring parts of quilting. When there's a lull in the conversation about, what we're doing, how things are going, stuff like that. So yeah. Patty says, Shady Susan, I think it's fun to watch. I haven't played yet. Well, Patty, the good news is you're already earning thimbles, even if you're not playing the game. You don't necessarily have to play the game. The game is just, so the heist game is basically just a luck of the draw. They call it a heist game, but basically all it is it's like a gambling game almost. You tell the computer, you know, I'm going to heist and I'm going to gamble 125 of my points, whatever number you want. You say, I'm going to gamble 125 of my points, and then the computer, it waits 5 minutes from the start of whoever started the game. It waits 5 minutes, and then at the end of the 5 minutes, it randomly selects winners for some additional points. I think I've got it set up for 50% of whatever you heist, I think, is what you win. I can't remember exactly, to be honest. But basically, it just picks winners at random, and you earn a couple of extra points. So, you know, you might tell the computer that, you know, you're gonna risk 125 points, and you might earn 50 more. Or you might lose the 125 too. There is that option as well. But it's just something, a little fun thing to play in chat. You don't have to participate in it. You're still earning your point. You're still earning your thimbles, even just watching and even just participating in the chat. You don't necessarily have to play the game. It's just something fun. And then, like I said, there's also the slots machine as well. You do exclamation point slots, and then the space, and then the number of points you're willing to risk, and hopefully you win something, but I've yet to see anyone win on that one. So play that one at your own risk. Brenda says, in my case, unluck of the draw. Sandra says, I keep saying, someday I'm going to go for all, but then I black out. You can go for the all. So if you're feeling really, really lucky, you can type in exclamation point heist space and then type in the word all, and it will risk all of your points. But you might lose them all too. So, you know, if you're really trying to save up for one of those prizes, you could lose them. But if you win, then you win 50% of whatever you invested. So it can make it really, you can earn points really quickly, but you can also lose them really fast too. Just ask Brenda. I think she did that. Oh, Linda's joined the heist. Congratulations, Linda. Good luck to you. And Sandra, back out. Yeah, we knew what you meant. Yeah. So it's just something fun to kind of, you know, for you guys to participate in while there's a kind of a lull in the conversation, or, you know, just something to do in the background while you're sitting here staring at me, watching me slice up pieces of fabric because it's kind of boring. So yeah, just gives you a little something to do. And it also helps the channel because you guys are participating in the chat by joining the heist. And each time you guys participate in chat, it actually helps build the channel. So it's kind of a win-win. It's a win for you guys, and it's a win for us. It's a win for the channel as well. Susan says it's just a game, but I still chicken out. Susan, I get it. I have been, it's a couple of the YouTubers that I follow, the gaming YouTubers that I follow, I've been following them for years, and I still to this day will not do all. I mean, I have hundreds of thousands of points with some of these guys, and I still won't do it. I'm still too chicken to do it. Of course, I don't like gambling. Gambling is not really my thing. I'm terrible at it because I'm not willing to risk it, so I get it. Yes, Brenda, chatting does help. Yep. Even in the premiere videos, so like, I haven't done one recently, but when I do a premiere video, so when I actually go into the chat and I start chatting with you guys during one of my brand new videos gets posted, those help the channel too. When you guys are participating in the chat there. Yep. It's basically just an interaction with the channel, and every interaction helps the channel see more growth. Because it says, hey, this is a channel that people are participating in. I should put it in front of more people. So, Sylvia says, what the heck? I stink at this today. Congrats to our winners. Who won? Okay, so Brenda won, Marie won, Chloe, Patty, congratulations, Lucas as well. Congrats to all the winners. Okay, so now I get to do a little bit of ironing. Again, boring stuff here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it go quickly. What time is it? 11:57? Okay. So, gotta turn that iron back on. It is so dry in here today. It's a little dusty. I didn't dust in here this week. And I can taste it in my mouth. That's how dusty it is. Because, you know, this is basically the cat's room. And, you know, cats have dander. It is what it is. So it gets a little dusty in here. And so usually I dust before my live streams. But this one is just... I didn't. And so it's a little dusty. And so it keeps getting caught in my throat. It keeps getting caught in my throat. Brenda says I pop into chats at work and I lurk. Lurking helps too. Because the boss is... Yeah, oh no, lurking helps. Just the views alone is important for sure, but the chat helps too. Sandra says I think blackout was the right word. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, so as I'm pressing these, I need to make sure that I'm pressing both types of blocks the same direction, so... These two are going this direction. And then these two are going... Oh, this one's going to have the same fabric on both, but that's alright, I guess. It is what it is. I need to go this way. So now I'm just pressing all the seams going opposite directions so that when I hold them back up together, Lucas says he's decorating for Halloween, and Susan reminded him, who was it? Sylvia reminded him that he still has 2 weeks. Still got 2 weeks, Lucas. This one too. Susan says, even in chat we get called each other's names. Sorry about that. Sorry. I get tongue-tied. The chat moves so quick sometimes that I miss some things, and I do apologize that I do miss them. I try not to. I try to catch them as much as I can. And I do watch this stream again after it's reposted. And that's usually when I catch things. I'm like, oh, shoot, that person said this and I missed it. Or, you know, this person announced this and I missed it. So I apologize if I do miss things. If there's ever something really, really important that you want to make sure I see, you can tag me in the comment. If you do the @ symbol, which is that A with the circle around it, and then you type in "so not an expert," it will, either at the beginning or the end of your message, whichever, it will actually put my name at the front of it, and it'll highlight it in my stream so that I can see it. Sandra says, Danny, it's not just you. Well, that's good. But if you tag me in the comment, then I can see it that way. I have some of them of our subscribers that tag me in every single thing they say, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, because then that way I make sure to see them all. So if there's something really important you want to make sure I see, make sure you tag me in it so I can see it for sure. And Lucas also does a great job of pointing out certain things that he knows that I'm gonna want to see. He'll make sure to tag me in them too to say, hey, you know, did you see so and so's comment? So that's another way to make sure that I see them. I do try. Right, those are so far off. It's weird. All right. these two. I wanted to flip these around because some of them were the same fabric, so I had to flip them around. So there's two. Well, I'm glad for that, Susan. I try not to. I try not to confuse people. Try to keep everybody as straight as I can. Sometimes it just moves so quick, though. So a little bit of boring work right here now, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to speed it up as fast as I can. It's just basically cutting and ironing here. There's always a boring part about quilting, right? It's usually the ironing. I know some people hate ironing. I don't mind ironing. It doesn't really bother me, but it is one of the boring parts of it. I do much prefer the sewing part of it. Which I think has been part of the reason why I've been so unmotivated lately to get in front of the camera and just sewing and things like that, because a lot of the projects that I have right now are projects that I haven't started yet, so they all require, you know, the ironing and the cutting part of the process, and it's just not as much fun. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, I ironed up probably 6 yards of fabric yesterday, total. A bunch of different colors and stuff, but I probably ironed up a total of at least 6 yards of fabric. One of those was actually a full 2 7/8 yard a piece, uncut. Oh my gosh, it took forever to iron. Because, you know, because it's folded in half and I have this little bitty table here. I mean, I could have pulled out the big ironing board, I guess, but I didn't bother. I just used this little table, so I have to do both sides, you know, because it's folded in half, so I have to do both sides. And it was a lot. And unfortunately, I am not as lucky as Tiffany is, in that my husband does not like ironing, so he's not going to help me. He doesn't like it, so it's not his favorite thing to do. In fact, he would much rather go with go anywhere with a wrinkled shirt than have to iron it. Sylvia, no problem. Thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate you you stopping by. I really appreciate that. Chloe says, I love ironing because you get to see it coming together. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The pieces ironing. So ironing the pieces together and you know, putting the whole block together and then ironing it flat, that is one of my favorite parts. But the beginning part of ironing all the fabric up and starching it so that you can get it ready to be cut into pieces, that's the part that's not super exciting for me. But it's a necessary evil, is what it is. It's a necessary evil. And you know, I do enjoy, especially with the bigger pieces, when you have the wrinkles in them, you know, getting the ironing all the wrinkles out. Oh, it's so satisfying to watch the wrinkle just disappear. Dawn, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, please do not apologize for being late. Do not apologize for that. I am grateful for each and every person that's able to join us, no matter what time they're able to come in and no matter how long they're able to stay. So never apologize for being late. I truly appreciate it. And I wanted to thank you. And I mentioned at the beginning of this, if you came on again, I wanted to thank you. The settings that we fixed on my machine have made an amazing difference on this machine. You know, like I said, this button, I truly thought this was thread tension, but it's not. It's actually the height adjustment for the feed dogs, which has made a huge improvement to bulk my thicker sewing. So I really wanted to thank you for looking into that for me. And I should have read the owner's manual myself. I should have dug into it more. And it was just one of those things that kind of got set on the back burner. So I wanted to make sure that I thanked you for that again. That was truly great. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm glad it worked out too. I am really glad. And now that I know that, I'm gonna take a look, because next week, and I was mentioning this, next week we're not gonna be making any projects next week. We're actually gonna be, I'm gonna need your guys' help with packing for my next retreat. I actually have another sewing machine that I'm gonna be bringing with me for my retreat coming up at the end of October. So I'm going to be pulling out my other backup machine and kind of cleaning it out, oiling it up, making sure it works, making sure there's no issues, because I'm not bringing the baby lock with me. I prefer not to bring the baby lock with. I'm gonna bring a brother machine with me, but not my baby lock. I'm so sorry for the coughing, guys. It is like I said, it's really dry in here. Maybe if I drink a little bit more water, that'll help. Of course, the more I drink, the more I'm going to have to use the restroom, but that's all right. We'll see if we can make it through. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm going to let this stream run a little bit longer than usual. Normally, I end the stream about 12:30, but this time I'm going to let it run until 1, because YouTube has told me that the majority of our community actually gets on YouTube between 12 and 12:30 on Sundays. And I want to make sure that I give the ample opportunity for anyone who wants to join in our conversations and in the channel to be able to do so. So I'm going to extend the stream out for an extra half an hour. So hopefully, if there are some that want to join, they have the opportunity to. I hope that's okay. If you guys can't stay on for the extra half hour, I completely understand. As I've said before, and I'll say again, I appreciate everyone that comes into the chat, no matter how long you're able to stay. Even if you're not able to come into the live and you catch it on the replay, I'm grateful for that as well. I still can't believe that we're almost at 300 subscribers. This number is actually wrong. I was told that this number is actually at 297 now. I'm not sure why it doesn't update. I don't know. I'm sure it's a setting that I've managed to mess up somewhere. But, because sometimes it does update and sometimes it doesn't. It's weird like that. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but why it does that. Marie says she's definitely enjoying the company sewing. Well, that's great, Marie. What are you working on? You might have told us already, and I apologize if you did and I forgot. I kind of get distracted. Oh no, Dawn says, I've been up since 4 a.m. Trying to figure out a quilt kit. Look for that video soon. Ooh, Dawn, I'm excited to look for that. I don't know that I'm excited that you were up since 4 a.m. though. That seems a little crazy. I mean, there have been nights where I haven't gone to bed until 4 a.m. But I can't say that there have been a whole lot of nights where I had to get up at 4 a.m. unless there was somewhere I needed to be. My husband actually gets up really early every day for work. He gets up at 4:30, I think. And he goes to bed. And so because of that, he goes to bed early. He goes to bed at like 8:30, 9. So there's not a lot of opportunity for me to get in my quilt or in this room in the early hours or in the late hours, because I don't want to be making a lot of noise while he's sleeping. I think I've heard of that quilt. Marie says she's working on a quilt for her granddaughter. It's called Cross My Heart by Chelsea Stratton. Marie, I think you mentioned that before. I apologize. And I feel like I've seen that pattern too, if I remember correctly. It's really pretty. if you're in our Facebook group, make sure you post pictures of it. We'd love to see them there. As a reminder, for those of you who haven't already, if you do !FB in chat, it'll give you a link to our Facebook group. I wish YouTube allowed us to share pictures of things that we're working on, but unfortunately it doesn't. So we had to find some other platform to be able to share that information, and right now we're using YouTube. I am still teasing you guys with the fact that I will join Instagram at some point, and then we can share them on Instagram as well. I haven't gotten there yet. That is going to be my goal. Before the end of this year, I will be on Instagram. That is my goal. But I am not there yet. So, if you are a member of Facebook, make sure you do !FB in chat. Dawn says, I am up early every morning. The joys of getting old. My days off, I am awake before the alarm. Ugh. I am sorry for that, Dawn. I truly am. That is one thing that I have, so far, has been both a blessing and a curse for me, is that I am not an early riser. I am not an early riser. I am not a morning person. I will absolutely do it if I need to. If there's certain reasons I need to get up for certain things, I will absolutely do that. I mean, when we go on our road trips, I get up at, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Just depends on what time we need to be on the road. If I have, meetings at my daytime job where I need to be there real early or things like that, what have you, then I will. But otherwise, I would much rather be in bed sleeping. Lucas says, we do have it in the works, though. Yes, absolutely, yes. Instagram is in the works. As I've said, I will be on Instagram before the end of the year. That is my goal. I will be in there. Lucas and I have been talking about it. He's offered to help me with that. So he and I have been chatting about it off and on. So there will be something there for the channel for Instagram soon. Before the end of the year. And I know this, it seems silly because it's probably like the stupidest, easiest thing to do. It's just a matter of I have to set aside the time to learn it and understand it. I'm kind of one of those people where I can't just dive into something before I really understand it. And Instagram is completely foreign to me. I have no idea what happens with Instagram or how it works or any of that. So, yeah, so I have to kind of figure out how that works before I can really get involved with it. But yeah, it is definitely something that we've been talking about, something we're working through, trying to get through. Lucas is going to help with that. Brenda says, I normally wake up at 4:35 every morning, but after being up until after 2 a.m., I slept in until 8 a.m. feeling lazy. Oh, jeez. Was it 2 a.m. for one of those sew-alongs, Brenda? I know you've mentioned those before. Was that a sew-along? Is that why you were up so late? Speaking of sew-alongs, I don't do anything official on this channel. It's not really something that I have been able to coordinate just yet. It's something I would like to try and achieve next year, is I would like to do an official sew-along with you guys, because I think it would be a lot of fun. But it's not really something that I have the bandwidth in my life right now to be able to handle. But I do try to give you guys a heads up as to what projects we're going to be working on coming up. So then that way, if it's something that you guys want to join in on, you're welcome to do so. You can, join in with me. The next project we're going to be working on is another free pattern. No, it's not a free pattern. It's a purchase pattern by Cozy Quilts. It is called Tropics. It is a jelly roll friendly quilt. Jelly roll and some yardage quilt. So if that is something that you guys are going to be interested in, then make sure you guys go ahead and go out there and get the pattern and get some fabric together for that. That will be the next project that we start in November. So you guys have plenty of time to to get that one going. And I will probably post something on our Facebook page as well, just so that you guys are aware of it. If it's something you guys want to join in on, you're welcome to do so. It's definitely not a requirement. But it's called Tropics by Cozy Quilt Designs. I'm pretty sure. I can look in just a second. I'm probably wrong, so let me look in just a second here. But that will be the next one that we start working on again in November. That will be the next full size. This one is mix and match. I put a link in the chat for you guys if you guys wanted, if you're interested in that. I mean, obviously it's a little late to try and join in. I guess you could. I mean, you've got time to join in. We probably won't get to this one until mid-November again. So there's time for that. Let me grab this other one here real quick. It is called Tropics. Yeah. It's Tropics by Cozy Quilts Designs. It's a strip club pattern for 2.5-inch strips. I have a jelly roll. I'm going to be making the throw size, which requires 19 strips. Requires 19 strips. It needs some focus print, some background, and then there's some borders as well. I'm going to be using Serene by Debbie Beeves. It's a jelly roll. It's a Robert Kaufman jelly roll called Serene by Debbie Beeves. It's part of the Flower House collection. And then I also have some Flower House yardage as well to do the background and the borders and stuff with. So that's going to be our next full-size project that we're going to be starting in November. So if you are interested, like I said, I will put the information in our Facebook group as well. If you want to join in, you can. This is not an official sew-along. I'm going to try to organize one of those next year. I really am. But that's what we're going to try and work on. So what was the wow for? Oh boy, did Brenda go all in? Oh boy. All right. So last one, and then we'll start slicing them up again. Super. Brandon says she plans to start a block party. Oh, that's fun. I'm really enjoying our block party videos. Those are really a lot of fun for me. Are you doing it the same way that as our videos are, Brenda? Are you planning to join along with our videos? So yeah, so I will be posting, I'll put some details in our Facebook group for the next project that we'll be starting in November. I try to put as much, like I said, we don't have enough subscribers on our channel here yet on YouTube for being able to have a community page just yet. I think you have to have 500 subscribers, which is the next goal, by the way. Once I do that, then I'll be able to put this information in there so that all of our subscribers can see it. But for right now, I just kind of keep it in our Facebook group. But I'll put some information in there later today so that if you guys are interested, again, it's not an official sew along, but if you guys are interested in kind of sewing along with me, you're welcome to. I try to do every other week with a project. So like the mix and match, I try to do every other live stream that we work on it, and I'm going to try and do the same thing with that one. So it's going to be a little while before we finish it. So if you guys are impatient and want to work on it ahead of time, you're welcome to do so. Or if you want to pull it out and work on it with me as we go along, you can do that also. But my goal for next year is to come up with an official sew along. I'm going to pick a pattern and some fabric line and we're going to work on it together, probably on the live streams. I'm actually thinking of doing a second live stream throughout the week. I don't know how I'm going to work that out yet, but that's my goal for next year. We'll see how it goes. Lucas says, Danny, are you accepting people into the Facebook? If so, you're super quick on it, because as soon as I get notifications, they're already in. Lucas, I am not. However, I do have an automatic setting set up so that if they are friends with another member of our Facebook group, like let's just say, for instance, they're one of your friends, and you're already a member of the group, then they're automatically accepted. Because I figure if any friends of theirs are, any friends of the channel members are friends of mine. So it's possible that, like, if they're a friend of, let's say Brenda or Chloe or Susan or anybody that's on the channel, if they're a friend of theirs, then they're automatically entered. But yeah, I saw a couple of them pop in there. So welcome. If you're watching right now and you've just joined our Facebook group, welcome. Thank you so much. I'll give you an official welcome later. But no, Lucas, I'm not. I can barely keep up with chat, hon. How am I possibly going to keep up on Facebook too? I leave that to you while we're doing the live streams. Brenda says, can you tell me what page the Queen's block is on? I couldn't find it. Yes, Brenda. Actually, I can do that right now. Give me just a second. Let me pull the book out. Excuse me. I can absolutely do that. It is called The Royal Star. And it was on page, give me a minute, here, it's on page 349, it is block number 683. It's called The Royal Star by Robin Gallagher. And then this week's video was called Beautiful Math. I know that. That one is on page 380. It is block number 745, and that one is made by Elizabeth Daxon, which I did not update the description for the video on that. But she is with don'tcallmebetsy.com. So yeah. So the next block party video we're gonna do, I'm gonna challenge myself. I don't know if you were on the channel when we were talking about it. And I'm going to try and challenge myself, and we're going to do a paper piecing one. So, I don't know which one yet. I haven't gotten that far into it yet to figure out which one I'm doing. But I am going to do a paper piecing one. I'm going to try and make it a simple one, not something super complicated, so that I don't stress myself out about it. But we are going to be doing a paper piecing project. A paper piecing block, I'm sorry, not a project, just a block. And then I'll probably do an applique one as well. Just because I don't want to do them all the same. I kind of want to keep challenging myself a little bit. Get some easy ones, get some more challenging ones. The whole point is kind of to try new things. So, I'm also looking for recommendations for other block books similar to this one, so that I can pull blocks out from there as well, because I don't know that I'm going to pull all of the blocks out of this book. Probably the majority of them will be, only because, there's 1,000 blocks in that book, so why not use them? So, hi Lisa, good morning. Thank you so much for joining today. Hello, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you so much for popping in today. It is so great to see everyone again. We are working on our mix and match quilt. Been working on this one for 5 other live streams. This is our 5th live stream on this project, so we're getting closer. We've got quite a bit of blocks done. So that's a lot of fun. Why does this one look so weird? 4.5. Okay. It just looks weird. I thought you were the Flash. LOL. What? Lucas, what did I miss? What do you mean you thought I was the Flash? I was the Flash, or somebody else was the Flash? I don't know. Sounds like my husband's back home. He went to a toy show this morning. I don't know if I'm sure I've mentioned it on the channel, but he has his own hobby. He makes model cars in 1/25th scale model cars. He's amazing at it. He really is. But he went to a toy show this morning. Sounds like he just returned. I'll have to chat with him about that later, see what kind of goodies he brought home. Brenda said, I love the thoughtful star, Thanksgiving and all. Ooh, Brenda, that sounds like a lot of fun. I like the idea of Thanksgiving for thoughtful. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind letting me know what page number that's on. If you could actually comment on the video, this last video for the beautiful math with the page number for that one, I'll take a look at it, and that one might just be our next video. So, you never know, because like I'm just selecting these at random. I basically just thumb through the book and select one that looks nice. One of the nice things that I found so far about all the patterns in this book is that all of the blocks finish at the same size. So that isn't going to be a challenge if I start to use other books, is making sure that all the blocks end up being the same size so we can turn them into a quilt. But I've decided that I'm just going to add sashing to them to get them to be the right size. So if a block turns out to be too small, that's okay, because I'll just add sashing to it. I just have to make sure it's not going to be too big. Oh, Luke. Oh, I got you, Lucas. I'm sorry. Yeah. yeah, the setting for the Facebook thing. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about now. Yeah, I felt like, you know, if they're a friend of another member of the channel, then I'm sure that they're good people and they don't need to be approved. But yeah, I saw there were at least 2 new members to our Facebook group, so welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't wait to see what they're working on. You guys inspire me so much by all of your pictures and your comments on that group. It's so great, and I'm excited for when we are able to have the community page on this on the channel itself, so then that way we can start sharing those things as well. Now, obviously, on the community page on YouTube, only I can share things with you guys. You guys still can't share things with me, which is dumb. But again, hopefully Instagram will help us to do that when we get that all set up, and then obviously Facebook will still stay as well. Quick like a bunny, that one. Quick like a bunny. Plus, you've already done the Star in a Star papers. Brenda, I'm not sure I know which one you're talking about. What's a Star in a Star papers? The only paper piecing I've done so far that I'm aware of is the flying geese that we did for the that Christmas quilt, the Marytown Christmas quilt that I finished in the UFOs video. All of the Christmas trees that you guys saw on that one was the paper piecing that we did on the live stream a couple, geez, it's probably been a couple months back now. It's probably been a couple months back now. So I'm doing this kind of, I mean, I'm going slow. If you were doing this project at home, you could probably do this much faster than me. I'm kind of going a little slow, and I probably, if I wasn't doing this on the video, on the channel, I probably would have done it a little bit differently. But I didn't want it to be too boring for you guys, so that's why I'm going to kind of, you know, do a little ironing, a little cutting, a little sewing, a little ironing, a little cutting, a little sewing, that kind of thing. So I probably would have done it all at one time if I was doing it off camera, but I didn't want it to be too boring for you guys, so. Dawn says, be right back, laundry. Oh, I know the feeling, Dawn. That's one of the things I have to do. later this afternoon after our stream is over. So normally our stream would end at 12:30, but as I mentioned before, we're going to go ahead and push it to 1 o'clock. That way we'll give some extra people a little bit of an opportunity to join if they want to. It's kind of a little bit of a pilot program, see how it goes. If you guys can't stay till 1, I completely understand. I am always grateful for whatever time you are able to spend here with us on the channel and here with me as well. Oh, okay, Brendan, no problem. Yeah, no, I don't remember doing a star and a star before. Sounds like it could be fun though. But yeah, our next block party video, which probably won't be until November because I've got 2 cotton cuts videos coming up. I like the idea of this Thanksgiving thing that you're referring to, Brenda. I really like the idea of that. So make sure you send me a comment on that so I can figure out where that's at. Marie says, Danny, you mentioned a retreat that you're going to. I've never been to one. Have you? Can you tell us about it, please? Marie, I have never been to one either. So the retreat that I'm going to is being hosted by my local quilt shop. I don't have any friends going with me. You know, a lot of times you go with friends or other people you know or things like that. And I don't have any friends. I don't have any quilting friends other than you guys, obviously. But I've never been to a retreat before. But I'm really excited to go to meet some people face to face that share the same hobby and the same passion for it that I do. So I'm really excited for that. I'm a bit of an introvert. I know it may not seem like that on the channel, but I am actually a bit of an introvert. So I'm a little nervous about it because I'm kind of challenging myself to kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit and meet new people and talk with new people and, you know, do some networking and things like that. So I'm really excited for it. I've never been to one. I've only ever been to, the only thing I've ever done before was I did go to this quilt store that I'm going to. I did go there once for a jelly roll sewing day. And this was last year during National Jelly Roll Day. They had a free sewing day. You could just come in for free and they would give you some free patterns and they give you a free lunch and you just sewed for the day. And it worked out okay. There were some things about it that I learned. I kind of did it more as a trial run for if I wanted to join more classes or things like that. So I kind of did it a little bit of as a trial run. But that's also when I figured out just how much of an introvert I am when it comes to people that I don't really know. So I've kind of set up a couple of goals for myself for this new retreat. I mean, obviously, I'm going to need your guys' help in figuring out what I need to bring with me. I've taken some advice from some of, I posted a thing on our Facebook group a few months back, and I said, tell me, give me some advice. And a couple people piped in and said, make sure you bring lots of projects with you. So I am planning to bring at least 4 with me. It's a 3-day event. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. Yeah, no, I was right the first time. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It ends Sunday at noon, starts Friday at 9 a.m. So I'm bringing at least 4 projects with me. I might bring 5 just to have with me. I don't know that I'll get to it, but I have at least 4 projects that I want to work on. I don't know that I'm going to finish any of them, but I'm going to at least start on them. And that's one of the things that I've been trying to do, working up to to that point and one of the other suggestions that came in was do all your cutting ahead of time or do your cutting, because I also am going to stay in a hotel room for that weekend. I'm not going to come home. It's like an hour and 10-minute drive home. And each day ends at like 9 o'clock. And I mean, I could just drive home and then drive back in the morning, but I'm not going to give myself that kind of stress. I'm kind of going to take it as a weekend away. And so I'm staying in a hotel room for those 2 nights. And so I'm going to either do some cutting in the hotel room when I get there, or I'm going to try and do some cutting here before I go. So that was one of the other suggestions that somebody brought in. I think that was Sylvia. I think Sylvia said that. So I'm going to try to do that as well. So that's been a really great piece of advice. I have an extra machine that I'm going to be bringing with me. It's a brother. It's not a baby lock. It is a brother. It's a great machine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to bring that one with me. I do need to pull it out and make sure that it works. I haven't used it in over a year, so I need to make sure it's clean and oiled up and ready to go. I don't even think it has a needle in it, to be honest. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring this light here with me, and I know you guys can see it, but I'm going to bring it. It's a clamp light, so I'm going to bring that with. The retreat that I'm going to, they have created a retreat room. It's a 2-story building, and so upstairs they've actually created a retreat room, and it's what they call the koala studio. It's basically koala, I guess it's the brand name, furniture. So I've seen pictures of it. It's really nice, quilting desks. It's not just a weird table. So it's a full quilting station for you. Each person gets their own station. They're going to have irons and stuff set up, but I'm going to bring my own with me just in case. They'll have cutting tables and cutting tools if you want, but again, I'm going to bring my own as well. That way I just don't have to get up from my station all the time. And I'm not taking up some space for somebody else. So I'm going to bring that stuff with me, but I really don't know what I'm doing. I do plan on trying to share my experience with you guys as much as I can. I'll probably do a vlog after that weekend, maybe probably the next week. I'm going to try and take some video, but I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to be allowed, so I'll probably do pictures instead, some still pictures of different things that I'm working on, what my station looks like, things like that. Maybe I'll even, do a live stream in the evenings. Really late in the evening, just to kind of give you guys a check-in on to see how things are going. So keep an eye on the channel for anything that I might decide to do with that regards to that. Sunday, I'll get home around noon, so I might, pop in and give you guys a quick update Sunday afternoon. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided what I'm doing just yet, but I'm really, really excited for it. I've never done one before. I'm hoping that it turns out really well, and I want to do another one. Maybe I'll even want to travel further away to do another one. I don't know. But right now I'm really excited for this one. I decided to try something local first to see if I like it before I decide to really start traveling. Because I know some people, they get on planes and they fly to different places and things like that. And I'm not sure I'm quite ready for that. But a road trip I wouldn't necessarily be against. Doing a small road trip to go someplace else. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm really excited for it. Chat's been blowing up while I've been talking. I'm sorry. I kind of missed it. Let's see. Marie says, smart idea. Maybe I should try that before retreat. Yeah, Marie, that's going to be my recommendation. Again, I'm not an expert at this by any means. I'm learning as I go. But that's kind of where I decided to go, is I decided I wanted to try taking a class, or I did the free sewing day. It turned out to be free. This year they did another one this year, but it was actually, you had to pay for it, and my schedule just didn't line up for it. But that's my recommendation. If you guys have a quilting, a quilt store near you that offers classes and things, try and find the least expensive one, and give it a shot. If it turns out it's not for you, well, then you're only out, 40 or 50 bucks. You're not out, $300, $400, $500. This particular retreat that I'm on, it was a little pricey. It was about $200 for the retreat. Excuse me, but it does include meals. They are providing all the meals for you. They're providing 2 meals a day, for Friday and Saturday, and then they'll give you lunch on Sunday before you leave. So it's including the meals. It's the space. They're gonna open up their store. So normally their store would close at probably, I think it's 2 o'clock on Saturdays, but they're going to keep the store open until 9 o'clock. So they have to pay their employees to stay there until 9. They're going to have instructors there on site. If we have any questions, or we're working on our own pattern and we're not sure how to figure it out, there's going to be people there. They're going to have a bunch of themes that they're doing, things like that. So the $200 didn't seem all that unreasonable to me for what they were offering, and what we were going to be doing. Now, obviously, I'm also paying for a hotel room. I didn't necessarily have to do that. That's kind of an added expense that I added on myself. I didn't have to do that. But I decided, like I said, I've set a couple of goals for myself for this particular project to kind of get myself out of this comfort zone, and kind of out of my shell a little bit. one of the goals that I'll share with you guys real quick, one of the goals that I've set for myself is the last time that I did this, I picked they had little tables and stuff, and you could pick, it was just tables. It wasn't actually like sewing stations. It was just tables. And they had them all over the room, and they had them up against the walls, and they had them in the middle and things like that. So when I went in, my immediate reaction was I picked a table that was off in a corner, kind of away from everybody else. And I think that kind of set the tone for my sewing, my experience there. I wasn't as included in I didn't force myself to be as included in the discussions and the chats and things like that. And so this time my goal is to pick a spot within the room that's kind of more centered. I am making myself this goal that I will not pick a spot that's up against a wall. And then I'm going to try and pick a spot that's more centered in the room so that I can be more part of the group instead of kind of being away from it. So that's my goal. We'll see if I, am able to achieve it. That's one of the goals. One of the other goals is, like I said, I'm bringing at least 4 projects, maybe 5 with me. And my goal is to finish 1. I'm not looking to finish all 4, but I want to finish 1. Now, which one of those it will be, I have no idea. Well, I shouldn't say that. I probably know which one it'll be. But I'm gonna bring 1. And I am trying to bring a variety of different things to do. So not everything is going to be pieced. I'm actually bringing a foundation paper piecing project with me. I am bringing a couple of piece projects with me. I'm bringing a couple of pre-cut projects with me. So things that are complete, it's a quilt kit. It's already cut up and everything's ready to go, and all I gotta do is sew it together. So that's probably the one that I will end up finishing. But I'm bringing that one with as well in case I need that easy win for myself. In case I get too overwhelmed or too stressed out and don't feel like I'm accomplishing something, I'm going to pull that one out and say, okay, this one's quick and easy to do. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm giving myself a little bit of grace with the projects that I'm picking. I'm not picking anything that's too complicated, but it's still challenging enough that it will keep my interest. I have the hiccups now, I'm sorry. That will keep my interest throughout the weekend. So I'm hoping for that. I've never sewn for that many hours in one day, let alone for 3 days. So I'm going to need to make sure that I remind myself to get up, especially since, like I've told you guys before, I have a terrible back. I have a really bad back. So I need to get up and move a lot. There's that. Oh, Crystal, good morning. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, so that's one of my goals. But so next week, that's what we're going to be doing next week, is you guys are going to be helping me pack for that. Because I am sure I'm going to forget something. Like I said before, this isn't a local quilt store. So the good news is that if I do forget something, most likely they will have it there. And if they don't, worst case, I can come up with some other way of doing things. You want to make sure you keep the basic stuff, your rulers and your cutters and things like that. So yeah, I'm really excited for Marie. I'm so glad you asked. And I will definitely keep you guys abreast on how things are going with that, because I'm excited and terrified at the same time. But I'm sure I will get over the fear soon enough and get through it. So thank you. Yes, welcome, Crystal. Thank you so much. Brenda, thank you. Page 152, block 289. Lucas, if you could add that to the list, that would be great. I want to take a look at that later. Don says, baby steps. I totally understand. Thanks, guys. Brenda says, I try to get closest to the bathroom. Good call, Brenda. Good call. Good call. I might have to think about that. Yes, Marie, they do sound like a lot of fun and a great way to meet new people. I am not real good at meeting new people. I know that may sound weird coming from me, being on the channel I do, but it is a whole lot easier for me to talk to a camera than it is to someone in person. I have a lot of insecurities myself, and so a lot of anxiety, and those are things I need to work on. Those are all things that I am working through this year outside of quilting, just in my personal life. Those are all things that I'm working on. And I think I'm doing a really good job, and that's why I hemmed and hawed about this retreat. I've known about it for a long time now, and I've hemmed and hawed about it. And I talked to a couple people at my work. I talked to a couple friends. I talked to my husband, and they all just kind of went, just do it. Because if you pay the money to do it, if you sign up for it now and you pay this money, you're not going to back out, because it's a lot of money, and, you're that kind of person. So, so that's what I did. So I made the plan and said, nope, this, I'm going to, you know, if it was 30 or 40 bucks, I probably could have backed out of it at some point. But, you know, being that it's a couple $100, that's a little, to me, that's a bit of an investment. So, I'm going to do it. And hopefully I enjoy it, and hopefully I'm able to do more of them. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm really excited. So thanks for asking. Dawn says, I used to belong to a sewing group that would meet once for sewing and once for info share a month. It really messed with me keeping up with my projects. Yeah, Dawn, I have to agree. Something about the monthly meetings. I'm not sure I could really do something like that, but you know, once a quarter, two times a year, I could probably do that. So that's why I really haven't looked into any like quilting guilds or anything like that, because you know, my schedule's kind of crazy. So trying to commit to something that once a month like that would be a little bit hard to do. Welcome again, Crystal. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you're still here. If you want to join in chat, make sure you say hi in chat. If not, I completely understand. It's not for everybody. Patty says, Danny, you're one way away from 300. Wow. Patty, thank you so much for letting me know that. That's so exciting. I don't know why this doesn't update all the time. It's not always up to date. I don't know why. But thank you so much for letting me know. 300. Wow, guys, 300 is just amazing. I'm just so grateful for that. Thank you so much. Our next giveaway will be at 500, and boy, have I got a big one scheduled for that. So make sure you keep an eye out on the channel for that. So hopefully we'll get there before the end of the year. Marie says agree. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Oh, thank you, Marie. So Terry says, I'm sure you'll be fine. Get past the jitters and enjoy it. Yeah, Terry, I'm going to give myself at least half of the day on the first day, that first Friday. I'm going to give myself at least that first half of the day to kind of get through the jitters and kind of out of my shell. But that's why I did say that the first goal I'm going to make for myself is I'm not allowing myself to hide in a corner. I'm going to center of the room as much as I can to force myself to kind of get out of my shell a little bit. So I think being in the center of the room, kind of surrounded by people, will kind of force me to be a little bit more active and open. Once I warm up to people, you know, you guys know, once I get out of those jitters, I'm fine. You know, and you know, we can chat, we can have a great time. So I just need to get out of those jitters. Oh, good point, Brenda. Brenda says everyone will come by going to the bathroom. Good point. I never thought about that, but that's absolutely right. That is a great point. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, I never thought about that. That might be, if I remember correctly, I've only been downstairs in the sewing room, or this quilt store. I've never actually been upstairs. I know they have one, but I've just never been up there. I think there's bathrooms upstairs as well, but I'm honestly not sure. There may only be bathrooms on the first floor, and if that's the case, then it's going to be kind of hard to sit near the bathroom. But that's an excellent advice, Brenda. I'm going to have to remember that. So Derek says, in the center of the room, near the bathroom. There you go. Yeah. So, but that's my goal for myself. That's the first goal. Or those are the two goals that I've set for myself so far. I probably will have a couple more that I set. Because I feel like if I set a goal for myself, then I'm competitive enough that I will focus on them and make it easier for myself to do things. So that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, Marie, I'm so glad you asked that, because I've never done it before. I am trying to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and try something new. We'll see how it works out. I don't know that I will ever be the Yvette and Stephanie's of the world and travel all over doing these retreats and things like that. And I don't know that I'll ever be doing that. But I wouldn't necessarily mind doing a small, you know, road trip somewhere. Doing something like that. So we'll have to wait and see. Look at that, Terry. You already got 682 thimbles. Congratulations. Congratulations. I have no idea how many of these we've managed to get done today, guys. We have managed to get quite a few done so far. I can probably get a few more done. Like I said, I usually end my stream about 12:30, but today I'm actually going to end it at about 1 o'clock. That's where we're headed right now. Give a couple of extra people the opportunity to pop in and say hi. I've had a couple of people in the comments on my live say, "I'm so sorry I missed your stream," and or I popped in just as you were ending, or things like that. So I thought maybe if I extend it a little bit longer, it'll give those people the opportunity to pop in and say hi. Because I love talking with you guys. I'm not really in a position to be able to do like a Zoom with you guys or things like that. But so this is my opportunity to be able to chat with you guys and interact with you a little bit more than just what we do on Facebook and things like that. Who knows? We might get there someday. Keri says, I had to go to the cutting room, my kitchen, so I could hear the chat, but no comment. I should have cut up some veggies while I had the rotary cutter out. No worries, Keri, no worries. I have had to do some cutting in my kitchen as well. I have a huge mat. I have one of those 24 by whatever mats. It sits over here in the corner. I have one of those that I put in my kitchen on my kitchen counter, because there are times where when you get to that big fabric and you gotta slice it down. I've had to do that as well. In fact, I have a video on my channel where I show you guys some pieces of my kitchen, because we had to go in there for some stuff. And when we work on, I have another project coming up on a video. Hopefully I'll get it out soon. Where we'll be in my kitchen as well, because I needed to lay it out on the counter, because I didn't really have any desk space here to be able to lay it out. Excuse me. Hi, Lisa. Did you stop back in? I thought you were here earlier, but if not and I missed you, welcome. Marie says, well, if there's no bathroom upstairs, then get close to the door downstairs and you can see everyone on their way down. There you go. Kathy says, 299 subscribers, Danny. Thank you so much, Kathy, for letting me know. That's really exciting. I'm sure... Oh, look at that. I was chatting so much the iron turned off. I'm sure that Streamlabs has reminded you guys already, but if not, if you would be so kind as to click that like button real quick, I will just give you a quick reminder to do so. That really helps out the channel. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that the Cotton Cuts Piazza quilt blocker challenge that we did with the old Italian block, that video has got over 2,400 views on it, which is just, it's just crazy. And more just keep coming in. It's like, it's not losing its momentum, which is really, really crazy. So if you are just joined because of that video, thank you so much. That video is doing tremendously well on the channel, and I'm not even 100% sure I know why, but I'm not questioning it. I think it's great. But yeah, so that video has helped bring quite a few people into the channel. The likes help tremendously, so thank you for that. Lisa says, still here, just say hello to the gals. Oh, no, absolutely, Lisa. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. I am sure that I have missed so much chatting here, guys. I'm so sorry. And I think my aunt might have even popped in on here. I'm not sure if she's on the live or if she's watching the replay, because she just sent me a text message and wanted to know what construction I had. So my aunt, if you're watching, the construction that we had done on our house was we just had the sidewalk leveled out, and we had the back patio leveled out, and then I added an extra slab to the back patio, so it's much bigger now, and then I also had a new roof put on the house. So if you're watching, hi, welcome. If you're catching it later on, hello anyway. But that is the construction I had, and I will text you back later into the stream. But that's the construction. Brenda, Margaret Luann is about to have her sale in a few minutes. Layer cakes, jelly rolls went for $15 last week. Holy smokes, Brenda. Wow, Brenda, if you could put a link to that somewhere, like on our Facebook page or something, that'd be awesome, because I'd like to check that out. I really don't need any more fabric. I have way too much as it is, but $15 for jelly rolls and yardage for $5. I mean, you can't pass that up. So we're going to need to check that out. Marie says, I have a 24 by 36 table, so my mat fits perfectly, but wanted to say on the Amazon early deal sale, I purchased another one that was on sale for 54% off of a Fisker's 24 by 36 for $29. Couldn't pass it. Back it up. Oh, yeah. No, I have to agree with you there. Yeah. I'm actually considering buying another one of these 16-inch ones. I really like it. It fits perfectly on my cutting table that I have, this table right here. Brenda says, I found you because of cotton cuts. Aw, Brenda, thank you. And I am so grateful that you found me, Brenda, because you know, you've been one of the originals on my channel, and I think it's wonderful. You, Chloe, all of you guys. I adore every single one of you. But yeah, so I've been thinking about buying another one of these 16-inch ones because I really like it. It fits perfectly on my cutting table here. And I use it to move projects around. So I've been considering buying another one. All right, so bye, Brenda. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can pop a link in our Facebook page for that sale, that'd be great. I'd love to check it out if I can. Thanks again so much for joining me. Kathy, no problem. I understand. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm sure I'll catch you and Sandra and Susan on one of your lives again soon here. Thanks so much. It's great to be back. Lisa says, Danny, just go to Miss Marker's Quilts or to Margaret Luann on YouTube. Okay, Lisa, thank you. I'm going to have to check that out. Alright, guys. Well, it is officially hit 1 o'clock. What do you think of a little bit of an extension? I know it's only half an hour, but sometimes half an hour can make a big difference for some people. I'm really glad that we got to see some new faces today. Got a couple of new subscribers. Quite a few new subscribers, actually. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you to each one of those. A couple new Facebook people. A couple of text messages in here as well. So thanks so much to each and every one of you. I really, really appreciate you guys joining me, you guys sticking with me, being so patient with me while we were going through some stuff. The good news is all that's done. Like I said, next week. So your challenge for this week is you guys need to look at your sewing spaces and figure out which tools you guys have that you absolutely cannot live without. And if you had to relocate to somewhere else to be able to do your sewing, what tool is it that you would absolutely have to bring with you? And I need to make sure you guys need to tell me what that is next week so I can make sure to put it in my sewing bag so I don't forget it. So that's your challenge for this week, is to figure out what tools those are. And then next week, Sunday, you guys can come on and we're gonna be packing. We're not gonna be doing probably any projects next week. We're just gonna be packing, but it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be chatting and packing as we go along. So hopefully that'll work out well. All right, guys. Thanks again so much for everything, for the subscriptions, for the likes, the tips that have come in recently. Thank you so much for those. You guys are just amazing. So amazing. You guys are the reason that I come in here every day. You keep me coming in. I shouldn't say you guys are the reason, but you guys keep me coming in here every day, especially on the days where I'm lacking that motivation. You guys are my motivation. So I really appreciate that. This has been so much fun. I'm so glad we're back. Hopefully we'll be back for a while. We'll see how things go. Construction's all done, so that's good. We'll be back at it again really soon. All right, guys. I will see you guys again really, really soon. And thank you again so much. Bye.
Used to sit by the pier by the ocean side. Run away for the day, have a place to hide. Why'd we have to grow up, make mistakes, and I wonder why. I let you go on your own, and I wonder why. I hadn't seen you all year. I had to blink twice. Had to know it was real. You're in the same spot, same gear, same jacket I bought you last year. I know we said some things that we didn't mean, but I take it all back to have you next to me. In the end, it's how it's meant to be. With your hand in mine, I'm in ecstasy. You got my heart, you got my soul. You got it all, don't let me go. You got my heart, you got my soul. You got it all, don't let me go. You got my heart, you got my soul. You got it all, don't let me go. You got my heart, you got my soul. You got it all, don't let me go.